in the QBO gym, and this is where we have numerous hands-on exercises that simulate real-life scenarios that you may encounter as a bookkeeper. Each month covers a variety of new topics and scenarios, and to make it a little bit easier for you, we break it down into 4 different sections. So if you are looking to work on your bookkeeping skills, this is the place for you. And if you want to do an entire month's worth of these all on your own, be sure to join our free 5-day bookkeeping challenge. All you need to do is click on the link in the description. But let's go ahead and get started with today's exercise, which is coming from our September Year 1 Strength Training section where we really focus on prepayments. At the top here is an animated video to give you a synopsis of what is going on in Craig's world this month. He is our fictitious business owner. Below that is an interactive pre-assessment quiz that relates to the video up above. Below that are all of the exercises in this section. And at the bottom here is an optional area where after you have gone through all of the exercises in this section and completed them, you will unlock some sample marketing posts that you can use on your LinkedIn to share with everyone what you have learned so far. So let's dive right into today's exercise where we are going to practice setting up a customer deposit. Go ahead and click on that link to have the exercise pulled up for you. I have it over here on the right side of my screen, so let's read through the scenario. Craig collected several deposits. For each of these scenarios, a prepayment is going to be required. Over the course of the next few exercises, you'll see how prepayments can be recorded in each case. You will need to be in the sample company to do this exercise. If you are not sure how to get into the sample company or get your own free QBOA account, be sure to click on the link in the description. I have the sample company here on the left side of my screen. Once you sign in, this is what it will look like. This is the dashboard. So let's go ahead and get started with the exercise. Craig just met up with John Melton to discuss a fall cleanup at his residence. Craig collected a deposit, so you'll need to record this. In other exciting news, Craig landed his first snow removal client, Pool Cars. Craig will be clearing their customer parking lot and the sidewalks at the dealership. Craig has collected an upfront deposit and asks you to bill against it as the services are delivered. And finally, Craig special orders some unusual patio stone for Kate Whalen's new hardscaping project from Norton Lumber and Building Materials. Norton requires a deposit for special orders, which you'll need to enter into QBO. So let's start with John Melton's cleanup. Craig met John at his house to discuss a fall cleanup at his residence. He gave John a verbal estimate of $600 for the cleanup, and because John historically has not been the best at paying his bills, Craig has asked him for a 1/3 deposit. John gave Craig a check for $200, which Craig deposited right away using his mobile banking app. So let's go ahead and get started with that invoice here. We're going to start by clicking on the plus new button and then clicking on invoice. So the plus new button on the top left corner of the screen, click on that, and then under customers, select invoice. Now you will need to add John's prepaid deposit to this invoice. So first you have to turn on the feature in account and settings. As you may know, this is done using the gear icon from the home screen. However, when you're inside a transaction like this, clicking the gear gives you a modified version showing options that are applicable to the transactions. So see what that looks like for the invoice. So there is a gear icon inside of this invoice that'll be showing options. If you click on the gear icon, you'll see it'll show different options here that relate specifically to this particular sales form. So once you have clicked on that gear icon in the choose what you use window, you want to click the checkbox next to deposit. So this is the form you should see pop out. We want to click on this checkbox next to deposit, and then go ahead and click on the X on the top right corner. Note that turning this on will turn it on for all invoices going forward, just like if you had done this in the full account and settings, which you can find directly from the homepage. It's the gear icon, which is up at the top, just like this one. You would click on that, go to account and settings, and then you could also turn it on there. But doing it while you're already in the transaction definitely makes it go a little bit quicker. So let's go ahead and fill this out. In the customer field, we're going to select John Melton. So go ahead and click on the down arrow in this field, and you can either scroll or type his name to get it to appear. Once you find it though, go ahead and click on it. And you will see once you click on his name, his information is going to appear. We are going to leave all of this as is and fill out below the rest of the information. So in the product service field, we want to select maintenance and repair. So go ahead and click into that product service field. You can either start scrolling to find it. I am actually going to type maintenance so that it comes up much quicker for me. Once you find it, go ahead and click on it. Let's edit that description field a little bit so that we are actually understanding a little bit more what this is for. So delete what is currently there and then go ahead and type fall cleanup. And we have that updated here. The quantity field, we're going to leave it as is. And then in the rate field or the amount field, either one is fine, we're going to type $600. So go ahead and click into that, type $600. And now we're going to go down here. You see there is this box that says deposit. So in this field right here, we want to type $200 because that is the amount that he had given Craig when they had talked about talked about the project. So go ahead in that deposit field and type 200. Now note that when you enter the deposit, 3 new fields are going to appear in the middle of the screen. So if you go ahead and type it in and then hit the tab key over, you will see that these have now showed up here. Like any receive payment transaction, you'll need to track the method, the reference number, and then the account. And so we're going to fill out this because if you remember, John had given Craig a check. And so in the payment method field, we want to go ahead and select check. In the reference number field, we will say that the check was check number 4. So just click into that and go ahead and type 4. And then in the deposit to field, we're going to select checking. Now this is because Craig deposited it right away. So we don't need to put it in undeposited funds first, which is what we usually do until it physically makes its way to the bank. But since he used his mobile banking app and, deposited it, there we go, that's the word I was looking for, deposited immediately, we can go ahead and just click on the checking account right here. So this is all done. Let's just go ahead and click on Save and Close. So click the down arrow, select Save and Close, and that invoice has now been saved. Now let's take a quick look at this invoice in John's account to see how the transaction appears. So to get to his customer profile, from the left navigation bar, we're going to hover over customers and leads and then select customers. So the left navigation bar is this black bar here. Customers and leads is halfway down. Hover over that and select customers. And then we want to go ahead, once this comes up, we're going to scroll down until we find John's name and then click on it. So it's about halfway down. Once you find it, go ahead and click on it. And then once you do, you will see this whole, this is his, oh, it looks like I got a pop-up here. If you get a pop-up, just go ahead and click on out of it. But you will see here his information, and then down below, as I was about to say, are all of the transactions. I'm going to click out this little 3 lines in this arrow to just collapse this bar just so it's a little bit easier to see everything. And here we go. Now we can see everything. If you take a close look, you will see the invoice that we just recorded, which is this one right here. You can also see that only $400 is due on the invoice since a deposit was recorded, which you can see right here. So that's showing that the invoice amount was for $600 and it was partially paid, and now he only owes $400. And that is how you would record a customer deposit. Now, if you like this exercise and you'd like to do more like it, be sure to join our free 5-day bookkeeping challenge. All you need to do is click on the link in the description. We're going to continue on with our next exercise where we practice receiving payments from customers. And I will see you in the next video.